but he's moved with a gracious holiness, a righteous grace, you could say, which sees us, sees his people, sees sinners where? In the midst of their ruin, in the midst of their horrible wretchedness, by their own choosing, that they chose, it's the end that they decided upon. And instead of obliterating them, as was his right, and instead of leaving them there, leaving them in their sin as he could have done, he puts himself under the law's demands and takes on that punishment for his people, the very punishment that we deserved. See, then he upholds his holiness and he freely dispenses his grace because all of the demands of his holiness have been met in the person of Jesus, who endured all of the brunt of our sin, all of the wrath for all of our retribution. He took it all, and now freely dispensed from that cross is this favor upon sinners which redeems them and pulls them out of the pits of darkness and raises them up to the heights of his holiness. Now we have the full scheme of this marvelous grace, because it's holy and it's gracious. At the same time, he upholds and vindicates his holy name, and yet freely bestows upon people the ends which they did not deserve. The very opposite of what they deserved is what they got. Instead of being dealt with more judgment, he came and snatched them out of their exile freely by his own will. I will do this. This is, to me, what is so moving. God puts himself in the gap, in the void of holiness, unfulfilled, undone by us. He puts himself in that gap and fulfills all righteousness by himself. I have promised to do this, and I will do this. The glory of Eden that was broken and ruined at the fall, all the way back in Genesis 3, has now been restored because of Jesus and his death and resurrection and ascension. He has lived the perfect life and offered this holiness to everyone as a free gift. Can you imagine? And this is what he's saying I'm going to accomplish. That breach of holiness, I'm going to repair it myself. That law that demands a holy and just judgment, I'm going to feel all the effects of it in my own self. I'm going to appease the law's demands by sacrificing my own body on the tree. And now, by faith, sinners, wretched, polluted, profaning sinners are transformed into saints precisely because the one who did not know sin, did not have anything to do with sin, was made sin for us.